Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Quiet Room. I'm Clauthia Ray. If you're new to this journey, this is my GLP journey where I started at 225 on November 25th, and I am currently at 184, or my lowest weight so far has been 184. This morning, I actually woke up at 185. So if you are new to this journey and you are just starting, I'm going to tell you about me going back to 2.5 milligrams and what changed. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned.
Alright, hey everyone, so this is my first shot of Mounjaro, 5 milligrams. So again, you'll see me clean my belly. Remember, I am trying to go closer to my belly button now because I watched a couple of videos that said that that's a better location. I have not noticed anything, just showing you that this is 5 milligrams. I have not noticed a difference in the locations yet as far as like sickness or anything, but I really didn't have much sickness. Again, just showing you this is 5 milligrams. All right, so again, you take the bottom cap off and then you unlock it and you decide where you're going to place it. So I'm going to go ahead and twist that open and then showing you that it's unlocked, and then so the area that I just decided to clean, and then holding it down, snap, and then holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I always hold it a little longer, but just to make sure. Like I told you, I always bleed with this, so it's kind of weird that I would bleed. And I didn't bleed with the bigger needles, but again, just a surface level needle going in. So then I just put the cap back on it, and then I throw all of that away into my container. Alright, so here is my shot. These are the first pants I put on, so when I run, these pants fall off, so that's kind of a cool side effect. I told you I still have a lot of weight in my upper back and on my sides, so that weight has not moved as much. But again, I still have a long way to go. So just showing you my left and right sides. I do feel like muscular wise it's getting better, like you can see my definition from working out, but not that I've dropped the pounds, if that makes sense yet. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for being on this journey. I hope you guys are doing well and you are out here staying focused and positive. Don't beat yourself up and just keep going in the journey. I am almost 6 months in, so you guys have a wonderful week. Look at that waist. Look at it. I found it. There it is. All right, guys. Bye. See you in the next one.
All right, so hey everybody, welcome back. So I got my Mounjaro on April 20th, and so I started back on 2.5. The highest dose I had gone to was 7.5 on compound trizepatide with Lavender Sky, because I was paying out of pocket or with my HSA before I was approved for insurance recently. So I'm going to tell you the full month of what it was like for me on 2.5 and why 2.5 actually really worked for me. So 2.5, I started on April 20th. If you guys watched some of my stall videos, I was stuck at 191 to 194 to 196 forever. It seems like from February till basically April. So when I took my 2.5, that first week I went down to 188, which was for me great because I was at 191 to 194. That stall was just a really long stall. So I went down to 188 and I was like, okay, this feels good. I can see some movement. I also was able to eat more, but I had started eating before I even went to the 2.5 because I was trying to see if it was me and my meal consistency. So I started making sure I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I've stuck with that. I've pretty much been eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes I even get in a snack and I've kind of backed off of drinking so much protein. So you guys know I drink my QT for protein. There's 40 grams in here, but I don't worry about trying to drink 60 or 80 grams. 40 is good, and then I try to eat the rest. So that's been really good for me. So I went to 188 that first week of 2.5, and it actually kind of shocked me. I feel like I feel better on 2.5 than I do at 7, which is kind of weird. I feel like the food noise starts creeping back in at 7.5, or just an unsettling. I also felt, I don't know, it feels like it's too numb, and then my body doesn't feel comfortable at too numb. If that makes sense. Like 2.5 is just enough to where I am still in control. It's almost like I don't drink, but I'm gonna imagine that, like, if you drink to get tipsy versus drink to get drunk, one of them is too far, right? You don't feel like you have control over yourself, and so it's a horrible analogy, especially when I don't have that much experience. But I feel like the 2.5 feels like that to me. Like the 2.5 felt like I have enough appetite, enough desires, enough of myself, but not completely numb or quiet. Something about the 7.5, and again, it could have been the compound trizepatide, because I've never been on 7.5 on Zepbound or Mounjaro. So it could have just been the compound, even though they're supposed to technically be the same. You know, they all have their own different side ingredients. But I feel calmer on the 2.5, so it just agreed with me better. So 188 that first week, then that next week I was very surprised, I went to 186, then that next week I went to 185, and then that fourth week I was at 184, and it was consistent. Like, you know, when I was going back and forth with my stalls, the scale was all over the place all the time. This was like every week, every day, because, you know, I get on the scale every morning. It was actually either the same or slightly different in ounces, and that was really good also. So it was consistent. 184 was the lowest I went to, and then I've been at 185 this week, which again, I still feel like that's pretty consistent. And I'm not mad at that. Yeah, so I'm not mad at that number at all. I picked up the 5 milligrams because, remember, my doctor had already approved the 5 milligrams, so I was going to pick it up early. I'm actually super grateful that I wasn't able to pick it up early, because I think I wouldn't have seen what the 2.5 could do for me again if I didn't do that full month of it, if that makes sense. So the 2.5 did wonders for me. I did pick up the 5 milligrams on last Friday, and I took it last Friday, and it was $85. So we talked about that. Mounjaro approved me, and the 2.5 was $25, which is great, and the 5 milligrams was $85. And then I think I have met my deductible, because the way my insurance is billing it, I still haven't figured it out yet, but my insurance is still billing $1,000 for the shot. I just am not responsible for it. I think there's coupon codes and discount codes, but then it's taking from my out-of-pocket deductible, so then my deductible is met, because with my new insurance I needed to meet $2,000 deductible. So with the 2 months it's actually met, but I just didn't have to pay it. So it'll go to $60 a month next month, is what I was told. So we'll see. I'll let you know when I'm on next month. I will stay at 5, because honestly, I almost feel like I should have just stayed at 2.5, because I was consistently moving. I'm thankful that my doctor went ahead and put me back to 5, because that's where I was, but we discussed that before I even knew how well the 2.5 did for me. So we're going to see with the 5 milligrams what it does. I'm hoping that I still see consistency. I am still working out 4 to 6 days a week. So we'll just see, but I'm hoping that my consistency with eating and working out and hydration and all the things still allows me to keep moving. I'm okay if it's not 2 pounds a week, 3 pounds a week, right? Because that's excessive. Even ounces a week is great. And I do know at 184, I'm closer to my goal weight of 140, 145, even 154. Remember, I know what I want to feel like and look like more than I know what the number is. So I'm just going to continue going, because honestly, I remember being 170, 160 and still feeling really good. So I don't want to be this 184, because you'll see in my shot this week, I'm going to show you the 5 milligram shot. I still am nowhere near where I want to be. There's a lot of fat on my body that I don't want. So I know I'm not near, but I don't know what the number is, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to keep working on my body, and continue taking this time. I do have, my doctor did approve a DEXA scan and a mammogram. That was the other thing I wanted to share with you guys. But when I went for my mammogram, the DEXA scan was actually just going to be a true bone density scan because I have some medical issues that qualified me for it. And it was 172, and I didn't want to pay that because it wasn't the weight loss one. It was just truly your bone density. And it was at the doctor's office, so it was going to be true scans, but I didn't want just bone density, so I opted to do. There was another one for $49, but not at the medical facility, just at a DEXA scan facility, and it's actually going to be at Hot Works. So I opted to do that because it was still covered in my HSA account. So I'm gonna do that on May 28th. So I will give you guys the video on that also and let you know what my DEXA scan comes back. So I'm excited about that. The ones I've been doing with the machine I have, still the last check I did was at 40%. I have not checked again. I guess I'll do it really quick before I go do the actual DEXA scan to see what the differences are between my machine and the actual DEXA scan. So that's on May 28th. So I will give you guys the updates of that. I am a Gemini, so June, my birthday month, is coming up. So I plan to give you guys some updates on my birthday month. Nothing major planned or anything like that, just excited about it. And that's coming up. So 1 week of 5 milligrams, I will let you guys know how my body shifts and changes over the 4 weeks of taking the 5 milligrams. I do know I'm not going to bump back up to 7.5 anytime soon, which is kind of weird because I remember when I originally started this journey, I was really worried about the depth and breadth of my midsection not being able to go away without the very high doses. But I think I'm doing fine on the 2.5, 5 milligrams, and the few weeks that I was on the 7.5. So I don't think you need the higher doses. I've been watching people's videos, and again, I am still so new. My 6-month anniversary is coming up, which is crazy. My 6-month anniversary is coming up May 25th, so that's next week. So that's kind of crazy. So total, I've lost 41 pounds in this journey in 6 months. That's amazing and great. I wish this was my first time in life losing, but it's not. I've told you guys I've been on this journey 2 or 3 times, and most of them without medicine. And then I had the gastric sleeve also. So I've done this journey several times without it. So I wish this was my first time being here, losing 40 and never again there. So, but I think this is my last time. So I guess we'll celebrate that together. That this will be my first last time being at 140. And sorry, there's always something going around when you work with toddlers. So, but this will be my last time being at 184. So that's kind of a big milestone. Of course, I guess the next big number that I'm looking forward to is the 170s. 184 means I'm not that far away, but I guess it feels kind of the same, like, when I was at the 199, stuck at the 199, and then stuck at the 190s forever. Now that I'm in the 180s, I don't plan to be here for 4 months. I don't plan to be here for 4 months, but you never know. I've learned that you just have to ride this journey out. It's going to do what it's going to do, and it's going to take you where it's going to take you. Your journey is more than watching the scale. Your journey is trying to build a new creature and have new habits, and so that's what I've been focused on. I'm sure you guys have learned that also, and if you are here with me in this journey, that's kind of our focus, right? Is me, it's working out consistently, not because I'm trying to chase a scale or chase a number, but just because I want the consistency in my life. Me, it's eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just because, again, I'm trying to chase the consistency in my life. So those are the things that I'm trying to work on. And then again, always, always, always the biggest thing for me in this journey has been the quiet noise. That's why this is the quiet room. So enjoying that so much. Yeah, and I do love how my body is toning. Like even right now, if I'm just sitting here feeling my arms, I don't think it looks much different. So I can't tell you that it looks much different, but it feels really tight. So that's a good thing. I know that, again, just paying off the hard work. I've been working out in the gym for 4 weeks. Um, we did skip a week because of volleyball tryouts, and we're honestly skipping this week too because we had some major clinics that we had to go to. So we haven't worked out this week. But I'm telling myself that we're going to work out on Thursday and Friday of this week because my daughter doesn't have major volleyball clinics. So I'm hoping that we are both consistent on Thursday and Friday and that we work out because I really am enjoying the tightness of my body, if that makes sense. Because I've been watching the I've watched my body go in, and what I mean by go in is like the wideness of my body has been shrinking consistently, even when I was stalled. I consistently shrunk, but now I'm feeling tightness in my body as far as the muscles, so that feels really good also. So again, it's just all aligning and all going where it needs to go, and I'm trusting the process and trusting that God will lead me where I need to be, and that as long as I show up and stay consistent, He will add the other things to it. And the tool that I'm using is the GLP journey. For me currently, it's Mounjaro. So literally, I've been on all. I guess I can't say all of them because I've never done the single ones, the single antagonists. So I've never done the semaglutides, Ozempic, and my brain just lost it. But I've never done them. I've only done the trizepatides. So, but yeah, I really think I like the 2.5 milligrams. I'm going to do this 5 and see what happens. The scale has not changed this week on the 5. But that's okay. I'll take 1 week down. I'm hoping it's not a big 4-week stall plateau again and that it's just consistent. Like I said, even small numbers is a win for me right now at this stage in the game. I'll just keep enjoying the changes in my body, the developmental changes, mentally and emotionally. I will say, you remember one of the things I talked about, if there's a video, I'll link it here, was the sexual changes. And again, I have not had much on that. I did get nervous when I went to the 7.5 because again, you do feel a lot number. But again, like I said, to me, guys, the number wasn't better for me. Every one of us is different. Every one of us has our own personalities and our own thoughts. But for me, the completely kind of numb feeling wasn't good. I think it made it, I was hungrier, but didn't want to eat it. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I saw food more, like but I also didn't want to eat. So it was just weird. It was a weird combination for me. And again, I don't know if that was the compound trizepatide or the not being on the FDA version. I don't know, honestly, guys. And I can't say I'm going to experiment much at either one of those, right? I do still have my compound trizepatide in the fridge, so if I need to, I have it, but right now I don't see myself using it. I think it does have a shelf life, so I'll check that shelf life and tell you guys that. But right now I plan on staying on 5 milligrams until it changes for me drastically, and or until I actually need to move. So I'm okay if I'm here 8-12 weeks. Like I said, I almost should have stayed on the 2.5 for at least 8 to 12 weeks again, if I'm honest. And I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell my doctor to go back if I needed to. So we'll see. Again, this journey is just continuing to flow and change. So thank you so much for rocking with me as I go through my compound trizepatide, my Mounjaro, Zepbound, all the GLPs, the trizepatide as I go through this journey. So that's all I have to update you on. I'll do my DEXA scan next week and I will get you guys that update. Also, let me know if you guys want to see a full workout video, because I don't mind doing that. I actually really like going in the gym. I don't like running necessarily. Never, ever. But I do like cardio in a sense. I also have not gone to Hot Works. I didn't go the week my daughter did the tryouts because it was tryouts and then trying to get in the gym. So I did go to Hot Works, and then I haven't gone to Heartworks yet this week, so that'll be 2 weeks without Heartworks. So I do want to get back in there because I do think the Pilates and the Heartworks was really good for my core and just for my body overall. So I do want to get back in there. I do have an updated doctor's appointment with my doctor. We did a 3-month scheduled out from my last one for me to keep monitoring my numbers, so I'll be able to tell what my glucose and my A1C number is doing. And then the big one for me that I'm still working on is my cholesterol. I am still doing my oatmeal in the morning, my apples. I just added more fiber. And I guess that's something that I can update also that's really big is I can say on a 2.5, I was going more. Like I'm going 2 or 3 times a day. And I don't know if that's because of, again, I'm eating 2 or 3 times a day, because hydration was never a problem for me. It was the amount of food consumption that I was actually putting in, especially things like fiber. So I'm going 2 or 3 times a day. So that's also really good. So I'm just seeing movement all around in my body, and that's just all good things. So again, y'all, on the personal side, life is still lifing. I have so much going on in my life all the time, every single day. The amount of things that are going on is crazy. My best friend and I always joke because I feel like wisdom is this point in your life when it doesn't mean life stops lifing, but how you handle those life moments is what's different. And that's exactly how I feel like where I am. I'm thankful. Again, I'm almost 50, so some of that is that. And then life experiences helps you get there. My prayer life has been so much better and stronger. And then also this medicine, like I told you guys 1,000 times, it's just so calming for me. So just thankful for that, because please do not think life is not lifing for me out here. There's so many things going on. I don't share a lot of my personal life and journey, just little tidbits in here and there, but there are so many things going on in my personal life. Mother's Day, I will share this with you guys. Mother's Day just passed, and my sister and my mother, which was my immediate family, like my whole circle, were both gone. And my kids are grown except for one of them, and that shift is different. So for my first time in 30 years, Mother's Day felt lonely, but there was nothing wrong. Like my daughter and my husband and my kids, communicated with me, and my daughter and my husband, they did nice things for me. But it felt, I guess if you've never felt what it feels like for people who have loved ones missing, or to feel like on a holiday that it could not just be joy, even though there's nothing wrong. That's how Mother's Day felt for me. And that took a moment, because I guess it's my mother passed away in 2022. So it's the end of 2022. So it's my third Mother's Day without my own mother, but then without my sister, and then my niece and my nephew. Just thinking of them, it was a hard Mother's Day. And I don't know why this one was harder than even my own mother. I mean, me and my mother were never like super close. Um, but it was harder with my sister. It hurt more with my sister. It felt number with my sister. And that I cannot say is the drugs, because again, I'm back on 2.5 milligrams. So that was not the drugs. Interacting with my system is just going through a lot of grief, a lot of loss. It takes time. And I guess I am 100% still in that grief, in that loss. Even though for my mother it's been 3 years, right? How long does it take you to be without your mother? Which is even the thought of it just sounds weird. For me, I always say your mother is the one who birthed you and brought you into this world. So the person who brought you into this world is no longer here. Is still such a weird feeling. And then my sister, the only other person in my household, um, they're both gone. And I'm still so young. I'm not even 50, and I'm not alone, because y'all know I have 4 biological children and a spouse and friends and cousins, and I'm not alone, but yet it feels very weird. So I share that with you guys to say that life is really lifing for me. Things are hard for me emotionally. I'm still figuring things out. Yeah, I have a lot that I'm processing through. That's half part of this journey. You guys know I wrote my memoir, or part one of my memoir, because in 50 years I've lived a lot of life, and it will continue to go. I will still continue to live through things and go through things and changes, big career shift, and I, the amount of changes that this human has gone through in the last, really since COVID, guys. Well, I can't say COVID because it was not COVID. Really, since 2022, my life has not been the same since 2022. And when you normalize a life and your life is the same for a really long time, and then your life rapidly shifts in 4 years, uh, that's a lot. And I think of a Bible scripture where we talk about like losing everything, all the things. It's a lot, and I haven't lost everything, but I've had a lot of loss. So yeah, I am still living life. I'm still on this journey. So I just share that with you guys to say that there is so much going on. I just don't sit on YouTube and talk about it all for several reasons. One, because it's personal. I've told you guys, you guard your own heart, what you're putting out here, until I am ready to share and open and have the capacity and strength and feel like it's what God wants me to use to be a testimony, even though I don't get to dictate what gets to be a testimony. So I'm not saying I do, but until I'm clear and open and ready to share things, then I will. But it's still lifing, guys. So I just want to say that because I focus on the positive a lot. That's just who I am. Glass half glass half full is literally how I live my life, to a fault. So that's not fake. That is who I am. That's what I think. That's what I believe. That's how I've gotten all the way here. But then adjusting to new life is different, and it takes time. So I say all that to say that life is still lifing for me, guys, and I am still on this journey. I am still grinding. I'm still kicking hard. I am still loving my life. Even though it's a new life, it's a new place to be adjusted to. I am very thankful, grateful, and humble for all the experiences I have, good and bad, in our sense, in our limited concept of good and bad, right? I do believe all things work together to the good for those who love the Lord and are called to according to his word. But yeah, so a lot of things are going on. But for you and my journey, I'm at 184, 185, and enjoying that. And I will continue to ride this ramp of life down until I'm at my goal. Again, my goal is 145. 138 was my magic number. Whatever that feels like to me, I'll let you know when I get there. It could be 118. I joke with my daughter, I'm gonna be 108. That's a joke. I'm 5'5". I don't think I need to be 108, but I'm not where I need to be or want to be yet. So just enjoying this journey. Thank you so much for watching, and here is my weekly shot. Bye, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching The Quiet Room. Hopefully I'm consistent with you guys for the next few weeks. Sorry about missing that week. But I will keep you guys updated, and thank you again so much for watching. This is Clauthia Ray, and this is The Quiet Room.